Update: after my mom tried to convince me that her fiancé only wanted to take my brother with them because he was young and could still build a good relationship with him. 2 weeks later, on my 16th birthday, my grandma gave me her penthouse apartment, and that made their jaws drop. Now, her fiancé wants to adopt me, but only if I convince my grandma to transfer the apartment ownership to him. I completely refused and told her not to call me again. My mother tried to convince me that she still loved me, but this was just her looking out for herself because she really loved me and wanted to give herself a shot at happiness. For the last couple of days I spent at home, I did not even speak to my mother, and I did not even say goodbye to her on the day that I left. To be honest, I did not think it was worth it, and the only person that I actually said goodbye to was my little brother because I was definitely going to miss him. Since then, I have been living with my grandma, and she has been very empathetic. My grandma, for the record, is my mother's mom. I have absolutely no relationship with my other grandparents, which is not surprising because they barely even had a relationship with my father. She has been exceptionally kind and caring, and life has been pretty easy so far with her because she really seems to love me, and she thinks that what my mother is doing is horrible. Apart from the time it takes for me to get to and back from school, everything is pretty great here. I keep in touch with my brother, and I call my mom every evening just to speak to him. We don't speak to each other even then. 3 days back, I celebrated my birthday at home. To be fair, I did not organize the party, it was my grandma. She invited a couple of my close friends from school by stalking me on Facebook and some selective relatives. It was a huge surprise to me, and it kind of cheered me up because I had been feeling really low after my mother dropped me off here. After we got the cake, though, my grandmother announced the gift that she had for me, and that was a huge surprise. She told me that, for now, her lawyer is going to act as the trustee for the property, but as soon as I turn 18, it's all mine. That was the best bit of news that I had received in quite some time, and I had no intention of sharing it with my mother. But yesterday, I got to know that she had been told about this gift that I received from my grandmother, probably by someone at the party, I don't know who, and it doesn't matter now. But I was really annoyed when she called me up last evening to tell me that she had heard about the gift that my grandmother was giving me, and after speaking to Robert, they had decided that he wanted to adopt me, as long as I convinced my grandmother to transfer the ownership of that property to him. I don't know why, but she actually expected me to be happy about this news because now I could finally come along with them. I was actually not happy at all, and I told her that I would not be doing anything of the sort, and there was no need for her to call me anymore. Then I hung up. But she called me again after a couple of minutes, but this time, I didn't even pick up. Then she texted me, and here is the text that she sent. I'm really sorry if you felt bad that I was trying to play by Robert's rules and live life on his terms, but you need to understand that after your dad and I got divorced, he was the only person who was really there for me. Of course, I had my family to support me, but that's different. He was there for me emotionally and even financially. You don't know about it because I have never let you feel it or even spoken to you about it because I don't want you to think negatively of your father, but he's not exactly a very generous man. The settlement and alimony that I'm receiving from him are absolutely dismal, and the child support is ridiculously low. I hope you haven't forgotten that your father was actually the primary breadwinner of our family, not me. I'm lucky that he left the house to me because otherwise, I probably wouldn't even have been able to afford rent. Our lifestyle has always been very expensive, you know that. I never had to worry about money when I was with your father, but after he left, things changed, and I couldn't let you feel that. But even after picking up extra shifts at work, I couldn't match your father's income. When I started dating Robert, he was the one who was there for me, he was the one who stepped up. I know that he has not exactly been kind to you, but